Hello students, welcome to the e-learning platform presented by Mechanical Engineering Department of Dr. Bapuji Saroke Institute of Engineering and Technology, Kolhapur. The learning objectives for today's session are number 1, study of leaf spring. The leaf spring construction working advantages will be studied in today's session. Second, study of classification of suspension system. Different how the classification of suspension system or how suspension system is classified will be studied in today's session. Let us start with construction and working of an leaf spring. Semi-electrical leaf springs are widely used for suspension in light and heavy commercial vehicles. In car, these are used for rear suspension. The leaf spring, as shown in figure below, are made of steel plates or flat semi-electrical plate. The advantage of leaf spring over helical spring is that end of spring may be guided along the definite path as it deflects to act as a structural member in addition to store energy and an absorbing device. The leaf spring carry the lateral load, braking torque, driving thrust and the shock. So it is used in heavy commercial vehicle. It can be considered as the vehicle body member. The leaf spring consists of a number of semi-elliptical plates called blade or leaves. The leaves are given initially a curvature or camber so that they tend to straighten under the load. That is, the leaves are having a curvature shape and tend to straight when they are under the load. The blades vary in length or the leaves vary in length and are held together by a U-bolt passing through the center, acting as a beam of uniform strength. The spring is clamped to the axle housing by means of U-bolt. The longest leaf is known as master leaf and has its end formed in the shape of I through which the bolts are passed to secure the spring into the support. The eyes are attached with the shackle provided with bushing of anti-friction material such as bronze or rubber. The other leaves are graduated leaves. No, the graduated leaves are smaller in descending in order. That is, as this number of the leaves are less, the size also varies. The last leaf is the shortest leaf. To prevent the digging in adjacent leaves, the ends of graduated limbs are trimmed in various forms. The master leaf has to withstand vertical bending load, side thrust load, twisting movement due to presence of stresses caused by this load. So it is usually provided two full length sleeves or two full length master leaves and the rest all are the graduated leaves. Rebound clips or clip or strap are located in intermediate position in length of spring so that graduate leaves also share the stress induced in full length leaves when the spring rebound. That is, the clip is to hold all the leaves, master leaf and graduated leaves together. Highly cambered spring provides soft suspension, but it also increases the tendency to jaw. That is the movement of about vertical axis. That is, more the elliptical the spring, the more suspension will be more soft, but it will also increase the tendency to jaw. Flat spring reduces the tendency of vehicle to dip when that is to dip when brake or accelerate suddenly. Use of longer spring gives soft suspension. Generally, rear spring are kept longer than the front spring. This causes them to vibrate at different frequency which prevents excessive bounce. The leaf spring is simple and strong, acts as a linkage that holds axle in position without need for separate linkage. Extra weight and cost reduced because of the rear axle location. This eliminates the lead for our trailing arm and pan. They also control the axle damping, support the weight of vehicle chassis, and the chassis roll can be controlled more efficiently due to higher movement center and wide spring base. The ride is not comfortable because the leaf friction between the each leaves and longer use of spring tend to lose shape and sag. That is the maximum. More use of leaf spring causes it to sag, and this should be repaired or replaced as per the running and the vehicle conditions. Next are the helper spring. Helper spring are basically employed on a heavy duty vehicle in addition to main leaf spring. These are allow for wide range of loading. When the vehicle is lightly loaded, they do not come in operation. The helper spring are arranged as shown in figure. When the load on vehicle increases, they take their share load. Generally, these are located at the rear end. Both ends of spring are fixed to the bracket. The bracket is attached to the vehicle frame. They are similar semi-elliptical leaf spring without eye at the end and help to share heavy load with the help of main spring. They help in providing cushioning to vehicle and passenger, provide more rigidity to chassis and frame, and avoid distortion, and help in store energy on road bump and when vehicle is in motion. As the name implies, helper spring are used for additional or heavy loads in a heavy duty vehicle. The main components of leaf spring are as follows. First, spring hanger. The spring hanger is attached to the vehicle frame. A bolt and rubber bushing attached to spring eye that is attached to the spring hanger. As the spring bends, the spring eye moves back and forth on the bushing. This bushing also dampens vibration from the spring. Second, spring shackle. Spring shackle is the device to which the spring is connected. As the spring bends, the distance between the two ends changes. The spring shackle is nothing but the swinging support that allows the change and that allows the distance between the two ends to be changed. It allows leaf spring to accommodate the change in length of leaf spring during suspension articulation, and it is an integral part of suspension system of leaf spring. The shackle mount will provide increased leverage. The axle will move up and down, so pinion angle increase. The shackle will improve vehicle function by providing ground clearance for larger wheel and tires. The third is rubber bush. Rubber bush provide or permits the shackle to swing back and forth without creating friction. The bushing also absorb vibration and prevent it from reaching it to vehicle body or frame. And fourth, single leaf spring. In the leaf spring or tapered plate leaf spring is made of steel. The plate is thick at center and tapers at the end. The single leaf spring mount and works same as multi-leaf spring. However, there are no additional leaves to slide on one another. And the last, central bolt and rebound clip. It holds all the semi-elliptical blade together. That is, the central bolt holds all the semi-elliptical leaves all together, and rebound clip shear the load during the braking and shock. Let us see the different types of leaf spring. Usually there are 5 to 6 types of leaf spring. Some of we know and some of you are going to discuss here. First, semi-elliptical spring. Semi-elliptical spring are used in all vehicles, particularly in trucks, Semi-elliptical springs are used in or are used at or are fitted at front and rear axle. But in car they are fitted only on the rear axle. Semi-elliptical springs are cheaper and require less repairing. Second, quarter elliptical spring. This type of spring consists only a quarter portion of full elliptical spring and fitted with the frame by bolt. Third, three-quarter elliptical spring. Three-quarter elliptical spring is a combination of semi-elliptical and quarter elliptical spring. Fourth, transverse spring. Transverse spring acts like a semi-elliptical spring but in an inverted shape. One end of the spring is joined with chassis is frame by shackle and other end with axle. It is also fixed with frame by bolts at center. Fifth, full elliptical spring. Full elliptical spring consists of two semi-elliptical springs joined together oppositely. They do not maintain correct axle alignment. And the last, platform type spring. Platform spring consists of two semi-elliptical springs fitted with chassis frame by shackle at one side and other side is fitted with an inverted semi-elliptical spring. In this arrangement, the weight of the vehicle is divided into three parts. So these are the types of leaf spring. Next is the classification of suspension system. How the suspension system is classified. The suspension system is basically classified as follows. The first one, the conventional or rigid system. The conventional or rigid system in which the road springs are attached to rigid beam axle. That is, the example of conventional system or conventional or rigid suspension system is an leaf spring. Its application is truck, buses, jeep, etc. Second, independent system. The independent system is one which in there is no rigid axle beam and each wheel is free to move vertically without any reaction on the outer wheel. This suspension system are basically used nowadays in all vehicles or small passenger cars. The independent suspension system. These are again also classified as rear end suspension system. Rear end suspension systems are again classified as longitudinal leaf spring, transverse leaf spring, coil spring, rear end suspension. The example of the rear end suspension are motorcycle, mopeds, etc. Fourth, front end suspension system. Front end suspension system consists of wishbone type or parallel link type, MacPherson strut type. MacPherson strut type applications are the nowadays passenger vehicles, vertical guide type, trailing link type, and swing half axle type. Fifth, interconnected suspensions, that is the air or pneumatic suspension and the hydroelastic suspension, hydrogas suspension. The application for air or pneumatic suspension system is the Volvo buses or the heavy load carrying trucks, container, trailers, etc. And the last are the self-leveling suspension, that is hydroelastic suspension systems. Next point, function and requirement of an independent suspension system. The following are the functions and requirements of an independent suspension system. First, it's have light moving part, help the wheel to follow the road irregularities. The unsprung weight is low. It absorbs road shock or impacts due to bump in road by oscillating. Tires provide spring effect but to a smaller extent. And parameters like caster, camber, kingpin inclination are set for better steering qualities. Axle is not tilted and wheel remains vertical. It reduces the shock to passenger and for comfortable ride. It also reduces additional stresses in automobile frame and body. It requires more rigid frame or chassis frame and it requires more frequent attention on misalignment of steering geometry with the wear of component. That is, it requires more Maintenance. This is it for today's session. In today's session, we have completed leaf spring construction and working of leaf spring, helper spring, components of leaf spring, in types of suspension system, and function and requirement of independent suspension system. Thank you.